Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. I'm just checking to make sure that I am live. So, this is a little bit of an impromptu live. I do want to let you know that I will be coming live tomorrow at 10 a.m. my time, so 10 a.m. Mountain Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Time, and 12 p.m. Eastern Time to talk about pricing. So pricing has definitely been something, I feel like my camera's a little crooked. Pricing has definitely been something that's come up a lot with people, and in terms of how to price in a way that honors us, in a way that honors our clients. What are some of the pricing mistakes people make, and what is the way to price that's going to lead to abundance and not burn out, while also honoring that we're here to serve, and we don't want to turn away a ton of people. So if you're interested in that topic, then join me tomorrow live at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Today, I want to talk a little bit about, I had a conversation yesterday with a client, and she's in the process of shifting her work. And so we were talking about how her work is right now and the population she's working with. And it's interesting because I've had a similar conversation with a couple different people. But when she was talking to me, she was saying, Ilse, I know that I'm meant for more. I know that I'm here to serve more powerfully. I know that there are more people that need me, and I need to show up. There's more of me to give. There's more of me to show up. There's more abundance that's coming my way. Like, yes, I've been serving my whole life, but I'm not serving in the capacity I've been meant to born for. And when we started exploring exactly how she's going to shift her program and who her ideal clients are, she really started to come alive. And it was exciting to see. It was exciting to see to what degree her really dialing in what her joy is, what her passion is, where she feels called for, to what degree that actually shifted, how she was showing up and her energy. Like, she literally started lighting up. She started glowing in some ways. So for me, a lot about success is following that sense that you are meant for more, following that sense that, more is available for you, that there is something great that you're here to do, that there is more abundance for you. Essentially, that you can be more, you can have more, you can do more, you can experience more, and you can impact more. And when you really get a taste for that sense of more, and you start following that, you start following what feels expansive, what feels amazing, that's when things start to really open up and expand. Because you're actually serving at that point, you're serving from a place of overflow. You're not serving within the box that either you set yourself or society set for you, or maybe the box that was safe. Like, this is what I got my degree in, so this is what I'm going to share about, or this is where I got my certification, so I'm following all the steps and I'm staying in this box. What I find is that when people realize that even certifications, even trainings, they're there to essentially give you confidence so you can find your more. You can find who you're actually truly meant to be and how you're actually truly meant to serve. They're not there for you to stay stuck within them. They're there almost as a stepping stone to how you're meant to show up and who you're meant to be and how you're meant to serve. And so it's important. Like, I feel like when we're following that bliss, when we're following that joy, when we're following our passion, excuse me, I have something in my throat, then we're remembering something about us. It's almost like we're remembering a secret that's deep, buried, available, a seed within us that unless we're looking for it, we don't see it. At that point, when we're following our joy, when we're following what lights us up, then we remember that we have a purpose. You have a purpose. You were put on this planet at this very specific time to serve in your own powerful way, in your own unique way, not to serve like somebody else, whether that's your mentor or whatever, or somebody that inspires you, but to serve your way and to do it your way and to grow your business and to reach clients your way. And that way has to feel aligned. It's got to feel good. It's got to feel like you and not someone else. So that's the thing you want to remember is as you're moving through this joy, as you're following this passion, remember that you were born for a purpose, that you're on this planet for a purpose. Trust that the desires you have, the inclination you have are there on purpose, that they are your birthright. Trust that those who need you are literally waiting for you to step up and to become visible and to show up boldly in your own way. If you're not really truly doing what you're meant to do, they're not going to see you. They're not going to find you. And I think that's what happens sometimes. You'll hear me say, success often is a shift away. And the reason I say this is because I've seen it over and over where somebody will get aligned. They will actually stop being afraid, and they will either show up in their marketing or in their sales process in a way that is really them, and everything opens up. Or, they will decide who they're really meant to serve, the gifts they really want to share. I have a client who, when she and I started working together, we talked a lot about embodiment. She wanted to help people get more embodied. But then as we got, and she was getting some traction, but not a lot. And then we got clearer and clearer. And I asked her a few questions over weeks of working together. And I said to her, I feel like there's more that you want to share and you're holding back. And I asked her, and this is a question I'll ask clients sometimes, if you knew you couldn't fail, and if you knew that you were going to be received, you were going to be safe, that nothing bad would happen from you showing up as your most unleashed, bold self, what would you want to teach? What would you want to share? And this client said, I think if you say it that way, if at my most courageous, at my most expanded, what I want to share is magic. And I was like, okay, what do you mean by magic? And she's like, I want to teach people how to reclaim the magic in their life. And the moment she made that tweet, the moment she started speaking about that in her content, the moment she started sharing how, in what way she had reclaimed magic in her own life, everything opened up for her. So it's not that she stopped talking about embodiment. Embodiment was very much and is very much an aspect of re-enchanting your life from her perspective and bringing magic back into your life. But it wasn't the whole picture. She was holding back. And so that's what happened when we start to really tap into our joy, really tap into what is most alive for us. In many ways, something comes alive and things open up. Success can often be just a simple shift away. And part of the work is figuring out, where am I not fully showing up? Where am I out of alignment? Where am I lying to myself in some way, shape, or form? I just realized I didn't introduce myself. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Ilsa Contier. I help soulful entrepreneurs, mostly healers, coaches, practitioners, to essentially find their own unique aligned path to more clients, more impact, more money, and doing all of that with a lot more joy and ease. So that's what I do. That's who I am. That's who I serve. So when, it gets to be easy when we become aligned, either with our core message, when our offer becomes aligned. We're not just trying to fit in that box and just offer what feels safe. We're truly offering what our heart, our soul is calling to offer. when we are figuring out a marketing strategy that's aligned with us, our message is truly aligned with what it is that we want to share, then everything expands, everything opens up. It's almost like people who were there, we're in our network, we're literally waiting for us to find our voice, to find our passion, to find our message. And the moment we do, something shifts. The moment we step up, either in our courage or in our clarity, something shifts. So, remember that you were put on this planet at this very specific time with your own unique gift. And that gift doesn't look like anything else. That gift literally is, I just lost, looks like for some reason I got disconnected from Facebook. No, maybe I'm still here. So Facebook's doing weird things. That's okay. All right. If you can see me, say hi. Let me know that you're watching this and I'm actually not talking to the void and I'm still here. So when we start becoming aligned, then we stop hiding. Our message gets clear. Our offer becomes aligned. Our strategy becomes aligned. And we start to actually connect and be visible to our ideal client. We start actually taking consistent strategic action, and things that seemed like they were not working start to actually work. So part of the things that we have to trust is you have to trust in spirit. You have to trust that your own unique gifts, your own unique way of doing things, that you were given that for a reason, you were given that for a purpose. Not everybody enjoys the same thing. Not everybody wants to do the same thing. Not everybody likes to share. Even if you take something like Reiki, which is an energy healing, which is pretty well known. Thanks, Ralph. Ralph says, I see you, keep talking. Thank you so much. So even something as simple as Reiki, everybody's got their own unique vibe with it. Everybody does it in a certain way. Your own intuition, your own energy, your own juice, your own light comes through your work. No one does it exactly in the same way. So trust that what you feel inclined to was given to you by the beyond, by the divine for a reason. And who the hell are you to argue with that or to try to fit yourself in a box? Just be, unleash, be bold, and essentially see what happens. What's the worst that could happen? The worst that could happen is it fall flat. But honestly, I've never seen that happen with any of my clients. When they really step into what excites them, what lights them up, what they know, they feel they're truly meant to share, then something always expands from that. So you want to also trust that your own unique voice, just as you are, you have everything you need to help the person who needs you. You don't need a new certification. You don't need to be different. You don't need to be prettier or to be louder or to do little dances or sing on live camera. Like, you just need to be you and to find your own unique voice, and then to let passion lead. Because what happens is when you really find yourself, then you truly, it's like you don't need to be someone else. Actually, I would almost say if you find yourself trying to copy, mimic, or be more like someone else, I would almost say you haven't found your passion just yet. You haven't found exactly what it is that you're meant to share, because you're trying to fill that void, that something's missing. Something's not quite right. You're trying to fill that by following somebody else. When you really reach and tap into, this is what I'm so alive for. This is what I'm meant to do. This is what I'm meant to share. And I have what it takes to share that. I can support someone with this. Then you don't need to look or sound or act in any way different than who you are and how you are. And people don't want you to. What people want is they want you, and that joy, that passion, that excitement starts actually to flow out of you and magnetize them. So, you know, part of that trust is also trusting that when you step into yourself, when you step into your courage, when you step into that passion and own it, claim it, speak it, share it, then trust that as you take bold, courageous, consistent actions and you move towards your people, you move towards what and how you were meant to serve, then your people will start finding you. They will start moving towards you. And that can take a little bit of time, but it almost always happens. I have never worked with someone for whom it hasn't happened. And usually the way it happens is somebody's been struggling. They've been putting content out there. They've been trying to reach out to people. Something's not working. They're not getting the clients they want. And when we start looking at what's out of alignment in their message, in what way are they hiding? In what way are they hiding? And we discover how they're hiding, and they take that courageous step to stop hiding, they actually get an overflow, an abundance of client. I've shared this story a lot. This is my own personal story of not wanting to do live videos and not wanting to come live on my personal page because it felt uncomfortable, it felt scary, it just wasn't me. I'm more comfortable with writing posts. But something in me knew that I was holding back. And it wasn't quite working in the way. I was getting clients, I was connecting, but it wasn't, I knew there was more for me. And I think I doubled or tripled my business within a couple months when I started really stepping, like I started going live, even if I was uncomfortable, even if I was like stumbling on my words, even if I was just sweating and having some anxiety, I started going live on my personal page. And essentially my motto at this point was, fuck it. You know, if somebody doesn't like it, they can unfriend me. That's okay. I'm going to do me. I'm going to serve the lighthouses that I know I'm meant to serve in the best way I can. And I'm going to see what happens. Ralph says, my new motto is be yourself and trust. Absolutely. Honestly, there's no other way to success. And if you look at really, really successful people, every successful person that I know got to be successful by being truly and fully themselves and trusting in their message, trusting in their process, and putting that out fully and boldly. And not trying to edit, not trying to fit in a box, not trying to be someone that they're not. So for me, when I started doing what I was afraid to do, but what I was afraid to do was also what I knew in my heart, in my gut, in my soul, I was called to do. I was called to speak of this. I was called to go live. I was called to just be more visible in some ways and to just trust that I would learn how to do this. You know, this to this day still doesn't come supernaturally to me, but I'm so much more comfortable with it than I was, you know, a year ago, 6 months ago. And every time I get better. You know, recently I used to go live. I used to have these huge notes and I was almost reading my notes when I would go live. Now it's like either I go live with no notes or I have notes, which I have right now. They're right underneath me. But most of the time, I'm actually not looking at them. I'm actually speaking to you from my heart because the more I step into my own joy, my own passion, and I trust myself, I trust my voice, I trust that I have something to give and to offer, and that I was put on this earth by something divinely intelligent with that desire to serve and with that knowledge for a reason, the more I find my own words. I don't need to write them and have them in there. They flow out of me. And, you know, my iPad's there with my notes for my own safety, for just making sure I don't forget anything. And so, you know, find that courage, that confidence to step into what is real and what is true to you, and trust that your people will find you, that they don't need you in any other way than you are. The only question you ever have to ask yourself, and this is a question I ask myself all the time, when I get scared, when I get confused, when I get frustrated because I'm not getting the response I want, or I'm not reaching as many people as I want, the question I always ask myself is this: can I help? Do I have something to share that will help the people I'm meant to help? I've never not answered yes to that question. And that is the only thing you need to know. If you have something to share, if you have something that can serve and can support and can help people in this day and age where there's been so much suffering, so much struggle, then who the hell are you not to? If you move from that place, you find your courage and you start serving, it will come back. This is just the way the world works. There is a balance of energy. There is an exchange. And if you show up from that place, I have something to give and to share that will support people. Not me in 6 months when I finally get my certification. Not me in 3 months when I finally figure out, my own trauma. Or no, you as you are right in this moment. I've never met actually a single person who says, no, I don't have anything to share. That's BS. Everyone's got something to share that will be of service to someone. And so if you answer yes to this question, which you will, then find your own way to serve. Find your own way to step into what is most alive for you. Not in that box, not what feels safe, not what feels comfortable, what feels soulful, what feels expanded, what feels alive, what feels what you were truly put in this, on this planet at this time to share. Ralph says, this is spot on for me, and I look forward to exploring with you on Friday's session. Yes, me too. I think it's spot on for a lot of us. I think if you're seeing this video in some way, shape, or form, it's spot on for you, or you wouldn't see it. And I would say to you, look for where you've been hiding out. Look for where you haven't been in full trust. Trust of yourself, trust of your gift, trust of spirit, and this sacredness that actually gave you this gift. And maybe where you might be out of alignment in terms of your message, in terms of your strategy, in terms of your clarity, in terms of your offer. Maybe you're offering something that's not quite what you want to offer, and that's why you're not reaching people. So in conclusion, success is having the courage to own your light, to own your passion, to own your own unique gifts and your own unique being, your own unique voice, and to step forward with that, with confidence, with courage, and with consistency, and to take messy action. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't need to be all composed. You just need to share, and you need to trust. They kind of go together in some way. You show up, and then you trust. And you keep moving. You keep asking yourself, what is my most aligned action that comes next? How do I move towards that more? More impact, more clients, more ease, more joy, more abundance, even when it's scary, even when I'm not quite clear, even when I'm unsure. And if you want help doing that, if you want to spend an hour with me and just go over what's alive for you, where your business is at, and maybe how to reach more people, how to create more impact, then reach out to me. Just put, hashtag I'm ready in the comments, or hashtag brainstorm. That's usually the one I use. Or message me. Send me a message on Messenger. Click on my picture, send me a message and say, hey, Ilse, I'd like to sit with you and kind of discuss how I might take my gifts to the next level, how I might take my business to the next level, how I might reach more people, have more impact, raise my rates, change my offer so that it's more aligned with me, figure out my visibility and get more engagement on Facebook. Whatever is feeling alive for you, let's brainstorm. Let's figure out how to get you to the next level. And then if you want to work with me more, we can talk about it at that point. But my commitment to you is if you give me an hour of your time, I will absolutely take you to that next level of clarity, of confidence. And then if you want to work with me at that point some more, it'll be up to you, and we can talk about it at that juncture. So for those of you who have been live with me, I'm seeing one person who says hi. It says Facebook user, so that means you're in my group. And unfortunately, I cannot see your name. You have to give StreamYard the permission to show your name on live. But I will go back after I end this video and say hello to you at that point. And I am not seeing any comments on my personal page, I don't think. So there I am. That is all I have to share. I know you're meant for more. I know there's more in line for you, more clients, more abundance, more joy, more passion, more of you sharing yourself. And I would love to chat with you about how to essentially bring that out into the world, because the world needs it. The world needs us, people who are lighthouses, needs you as a lighthouse, as someone who has to share something of value, to claim your magic, to step up, and to figure out a way to really transform lives in a way that honors your soul and also creates a lot of abundance for yourself. Thank you so much. If you want to chat, #brainstorm or put "I'm ready" in the messages in the comments below, or send me a message on Messenger. Bye, guys. Oh, and don't forget, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Time, and 12 p.m. Eastern Time, I am doing live on pricing and how to price your packages, or how to price your gifts, essentially, in such a way that you're going to really honor yourself, honor your gifts, and honor your clients, and build a thriving business that is sustainable and abundant, as well as has an amazing impact on the world. So if that's interesting to you, pricing is always something difficult for us soulful entrepreneurs. Reach out to me, check it out. It'll be both in the group and in my personal page. All right, thank you so much. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.